Hey guys, Matt here, Broken Supercoach, checking in. Week 2, or round 2's just wrapped up. Another disastrous week. Um, we've done a bit better than I thought we would after seeing this. Max Gawn with a 0 was truly horrendous. It's a 4-week injury. Obviously, we've got to use a trade there. But back-to-back weeks of just key players getting injured. It's frustrating because you nail all the rookies, except for maybe one or two. So realistically, we only have to make one or two trades, but then, suddenly we're dealing, we're trading out Stewart, we're trading out Gawn. It's frustrating. Laird gives us a 50 when he's low owned. Jones gives us the 5. So it's really frustrating, but it is what it is. That's why we play. So for the news, obviously off the rip, Gawn 4 weeks they reckon. So I think you can't hold, especially considering the other rucks at the moment, and there's only 2 rucks. You could think about holding a guy like, I don't know, if it was mid-season, like say Gawn did this at training, maybe you could think about it, but so early in the season with a 0 to his name, you have to trade him. And sorry, I hard sold him last week, so sorry if you bought him in. I know that a few of you did. That's really unfortunate. You have to burn a trade. Depends what you've got. If you've got, I could put Darcy Cameron here, but it's just 4 weeks of 600k on the bench, especially with Tim English doing what he's doing. I think you just have to abandon ship, and you will get Gawn for about 100k cheaper 2 weeks after he comes back. So keep that in mind. So, this year we're trying to keep them real short, these videos. So let's just do a speed run. Dacos the absolute GOAT. We love this kid. We might even start vice-captaining him or captaining him. He's that good. Really worried about this. So, if those who know the channel, I'm a Crows guy, so I really like the Crows. Go to all their games. Absolutely torturous to watch the Crows, and nearly put me off footy, actually, the way they're playing in the last 4 years. But Jordan Dawson, so they dropped Butts, who's the key defender, and the question was, what are they going to do? How are they going to line up on 3 tools? In the genius of the Crows coaching, they decided Jordan Dawson was going to play as a key defender, as the best halfback, and one of the best halfbacks in the AFL. So for a half, this bloke stood on Jack Riewoldt, Tom Lynch, all of them, for a full half of footy. And then they realised at halftime that was obviously potentially one of the dumbest moves he could ever make. So he went back behind the ball, loose halfback, more up the wing, and what do you know? It scores 100 in about a half. It was about 90 and a half, which is unreal. So on one hand, he's a very good pick. On the other hand, you just wouldn't have thought that Jordan Dawson would have a key defender concern like you would. I mean, we thought that with Stewart when we had him. You think that with Ridley, but you don't think that with Dawson. But apparently that's a risk now. So really frustrating. Nothing we can do about it. Hopefully they continue to play him in his proper role and not as a key defender. Michelani on field, whatever, doesn't matter. Jones didn't go off as hard as we wanted to. It seemed a bit more that St Kilda don't give up huge defensive scores. Plus the Dogs are absolute trash. What else we got here? Laird. If you traded Laird, I'm telling you, I told you last week, if you traded Laird, you're a fool. I didn't have the guts to captain him over Green, but I should have. I knew I should have, but that's okay. We lost what? Well, we lost 100 points doing that. So that's probably the difference between a good round and a bad round, considering we had a 0. More through the lines. Yeah, Callahan looks like you probably have to trade him. He looked very weary after that shoulder injury. And once you do a shoulder, and especially this type of footy player, I'd have no more faith in him. So sadly, yeah, he's in minus break even, -8. I have 0 faith in him. I think he's got to be a trade. We're not going to talk about these guys. These are all pretty standard stuff here. Nothing to talk about. You can field any of these, and it's a total coin toss. Any of these 4? Hollands, Baker, Long, Philippou, McKenzie. Total coin toss. You probably feel safe with McKenzie and Philippou, but Hollands are starting to look like a really nice field option too. Marshall, that's what we have Marshall on the team for, and that's why we wanted to see him with another week, because he played... who did he play in week 1? He played Darcy, I thought, yeah? Yeah, he played Darcy in week 1, who beats up Ruckman. So unless you have Darcy in your team, then you'd be worried as well. And I will talk about Darcy quickly, but we don't want to go for too much longer. So just in the rucks, Gawn obviously trade. I think if you have Sean Darcy as well, I think you got to trade him too. Guy plays key forward for 70% of the game, and he's an absolutely terrible forward. At least when Gawn's not playing ruck, he was very good on the ball. I don't know what they're doing with what's his name, Shrek. And then the forwards, we're happy with that. Yeah, unlucky. Horn Francis 45 gave away 6 free kicks. That's something to keep an eye on. He'll make us some money. Yeah, Hopper went off. All right, made the wrong trade. But it wasn't that we weren't going to trade Hopper. It was just that we did it in the wrong order. It should have been Jones to McKenna, Hopper there, but then that doesn't get us Green, so it all balances out, you know? It doesn't matter. Jones to McKenna is nothing. It got us Green. Green scored 100. Hopper scored 100. Horn Francis scored 45. Whatever. It's all the same. It looks worse than it was. Trades this week, easy. You hit Gawn. And probably have to get rid of one of Chesser and Jones. Chesser's he's dressed up as a footy player. I don't know. He doesn't look good. I don't think he lasts. I think he gets dropped. Or Jones for the money, but we don't need the money. And Jones will continue to break even. So probably Chesser, because we're not going to do anything with the money, but I'll show you. I'll show you what we do. The other one is probably Callahan. So if we do 3, it's probably Callahan. Otherwise, we got to do this. I just got to zoom out one so I can press that boost button. Sorry if it's a little bit small for you guys. So let's just say it is Jones. Let's do this because we'll go through some hypotheticals real quick. And let's say we hit a boost. Yeah. And we do Callahan. So what we can do is Tim English comes in. The reason I say Tim English is quite simple. Gawn's probably going to drop 100k. Tim English is going to go up 100k. So we're making money. It is what it is. And keep in mind that I did this last year with Tim English. I got him in round 2, and he was injured in round 4, and that was it. I held him for a couple more weeks. I dropped him. He came back. I got him back in. He got injured. Just keep that in mind with Tim English. That's the sort of ride that you're expecting. So we do that. We get ourselves in defense. We get ourselves McKenna. So he's the only rookie we missed, and we probably shouldn't have missed him. It was silly of us to trade him out for Jones. In he comes. And then we've got 429. So 2 things we could do. You could either go Setterfield in the mids. I don't trust that he's had any opponents. So I don't really like to go another mid-pricer like Setterfield. What we'll do is we'll just send Horn Francis up here. And that allows us, again, to sort of pick and choose between who we're going to field out of these guys. And then I think we got to take Chandler. So Chandler's a 1-week pick because he's probably going to go for Cozzy, but it is what it is. We'll hit trade on that. They're the 3 trades we'll do. And that's probably how it looks on field. I think you can probably start going like based on opponent. I think you're pretty safe to put Hollands on. He's more reliable there. I think you can hit the E on this guy. And then it's a matter of as Supercoach just absolutely freezes out. So let's pull it up. What's our work? So we're probably going to put a VC on English and probably captain on Laird. So there it is. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, we'll talk during the week.